very well. Maintenance means people who occupy an area that a river is flowing through, the Black River. Niger means Niger, black. Niger is Latin. Niger is French. It means black, hopeless and useless. And heaven knows we are. This Yogi, oh dear me. Very, very useless, I tell you. Black people, hopeless. Answering the name a white man gave to a river. You should be ashamed of all yourselves, all of you. I'm a Nigerian. Look at yourself in the mirror. You will see a baboon or a monkey. Go to the mirror right now and look at yourselves, you Nigerians, and see that you are either looking like a monkey or a baboon. Free me up, free me up, free me up, make I do my good. Free me up, free me up, free me up, make I jam my good. Free me up, free me up, free me up, make I do my work. Free me up, free me up, free me up, make I do my thing. I want my own, not be jealous. I want my own, not be jealous. I want to live for my own, be selfish. Fighting for my rights, not be wicked. Look on this up and get down with our money. When it's time to go up and get down with our money. This morning there are so many things. So I just want to talk about one particular thing that I want to talk about this morning. So that I will open up the line for Biafrans to come in and pour out their hearts and minds to Biafrans all around the world. This morning, before I go any further, let me do this. All right. All right. This morning, there is something I want to discuss. You know, it is the continuation of what I have been saying before. Is exactly what I'm talking about. They have gathered. They are planning secret meeting here and there to take over IPOB. They have got money for those that will support them to do what they want to do. They have calculated on how they want to be this and how they want to be that one. But Almighty Chukwukikabiyama is in heaven. This morning I just go to the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. I just go to their news site. To be specific, it is Vanguard. I saw this news. Right. Please hold on for me. All right, pardon me for that, please. I just try to fix one or two things. All right, I saw a news on Vanguard and it says Imo Mob alleged ESN member trying to enforce sit-at-home order. Imo Mob. That is exactly what they wrote here, Imo Mob. And this, I saw this news and I don't know what to make of it. You know, they are not being specific. But if you can design something, you will see exactly where this news is coming from and where it is going to. I will try to read it. I will try to read it so that you will see exactly what I'm trying to say. I just want to read the news. Then after I finish reading the news, then I will say what I want to say. Here they said, I just want to, and please pay attention so that you understand what I'm saying. They say here, an angry mob lynched an alleged leader of the proscribed Internal Security Network, ESN is what they wrote, Monday while trying to enforce sit-at-home order alongside his gang member. Commissioner of Police in Imo, Mr. Rabiu Husani, confirmed the incident in press statement signed by the police spokesman CSP Mike Abatem. He stated that before the police patrol team could arrive at the scene, the ESN member had been lynched while his gang member fled. He added that Husseini had directed that the lynched suspects must be handed over to the police for proper investigation. In the press statement, Abatem said, resident of Uma, I can pronounce this word, resident of, what did they wrote here? Olu, Ahia in Ahia Zumbi, say local government area of Imo State, of Imo, come out of their house and were going about their lawful businesses. Suddenly, one Obiwanne Iwu, 34 years, a native of Ahiare in the same local government area, who is an escapee of Imo Correction Center Owerri, went to the market with his gang, trying to enforce a sit-at-home order of the proscribed IPESN terrorist group. They were shooting at the top of their voice. Okay. They were shouting at the top of their voice that today is Monday. Everybody must obey the sit-at-home, he said. He added that the harassment did not go down well with the people who resided the gang. He said the angry mob in their numbers had Iwu tied his hand behind his back while others fled the scene. In the process, the suspect was mercilessly beaten to death before the police patrol team arrived at the scene. Efforts made by the police patrol team to arrive All right, I'm going to leave it there. Now, looking at this news, to be honest with you, there is nothing here if you ask me to say, but there is something in this news. The news that I just read, if it is on normal ground, for me, there is nothing in this news. But in where we are, what we are doing, the people we are fighting, this news, something is in this news. The headline was Imo mob lynches alleged ESM member trying to enforce seats at home. Now, this morning, some of you might have heard, some of you that are listening heard me play the jingle about the seat at home. In so many occasions, DOS member has come on air to say that there is no seat at home. The seat at home has been suspended. That is, the Monday seat at home, the Monday seat at home has been suspended. In multiple occasions, so many times they've come on radio to say that it is suspended. Whenever we need it, we will make use of it again. But our people, I understand how they feel. I understand their concern. I understand what they want, and I respect it. But something we don't know is there are people that are using this for their own gain. There are people that are using this to advance their political career. But we don't know this. We don't know this. All we see is, the glamour speech. The very good speech they come out to make. We think that is all. But behind, under the carpet, they are doing something that you and I would never thought they would do. Looking at this news that I just read, looking at this news, when Nigeria is doing whatever they are doing, they will, step by, they do it layer by layer, step by step. Just look at this. Now, for example, if I may ask, who is this? Who is this? Who is this leader of IPOB and ESN? They are trying to divert your attention, not necessarily IPOB, because you know exactly who your leader is and you know where your leader is, but the wider audience that is not following IPOB, do you see how they are calling their attention, putting it where they want it to be? Do you see what they're doing with this news? They said, angry mob, lynch alleged leader of proscribed is. Who is this person? Who is this leader? That is the reason why our leaders say Nigeria is a jungle. That is the reason why our leader said Nigeria is a jungle where no human being live. Look at what they are feeding to people to read. Time and time again here on Radio Biafra, with the member of Directorate of State has come out and say that there is no seat at home. Now, whatever they are writing this against IPOB. Now, it is Instant Security Network that has been their headache, that has been their problem. And they are using those that they have planted inside us to destabilize us, to go against our finance. They try to take over our media. But they met brick for fall. How will I put it? They met something that they cannot go through. Now, looking at this news, dear friends, looking at this news, what do you think that they are doing? What do you think they are doing? That is the reason why I said I ask question. In all of this thing that is happening in IPOB today, they are using them to fight against us. They are using them to destroy us. They are using them to say whatever they want to say, so that you Biafrans will believe, and you Biafrans, you will not think about if you are believing it. That is the reason why I ask. What gain, what have we achieved since this propaganda, or I don't know which word will I use? I'm trying to select a word so that I will not go beyond what I want to go to. Since all of this trouble, this balagan that we are having, what exactly have we achieved with it? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because people that are doing it, they have ulterior motives. It has been for long that they have been saying this. Why didn't you prove what you said you have? Why don't you bring the evidence? Up until today, no evidence. Up until today, you keep on pushing for what you're pushing for. It has gone beyond what you're doing. Now you've gone to another level. But Biafrans, we are watching. We are looking at you. We are watching at your every step you make. And we were going to tell you that what you're doing is not the right thing. Our leaders work so hard to make sure this IPOB stand. Our leader work hard so much to make sure we are where we are. Our leader work so hard to make Biafrans wake up from the slumber. Our leader works so hard to educate Biafrans. Now that Biafrans are educated, now Biafra has woken from the slumber. This is when you want to cash in. This is when you want to go and take money to come and destroy what our leader has built. But I want to say to you, you haven't sacrificed anything yet. You did not sacrifice your husband, nor your children, nor your parents. None. You didn't sacrifice anything. You just come out playing smart. But I want to say to you, anything that anybody is doing and blood goes into it, that thing, you must run away from that thing. And that is IPOB. You are playing, you are joking with IPOB in the process of doing what you're doing to destroy IPOB. Rather, IPOB will destroy you. This morning, I will open up our line for Biafrans to call in. And the question I want to ask is, the question that I want Biafrans, as soon as we call in, is, tell me, since we've been hearing all of this, money up, money down, money there, money here, what have we achieved? Yes, it's true. We are the one donating money. Biafrans are donating the money. Yes, that is true. I'm not saying everything you are saying is totally wrong. Do not misunderstand what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, since our leader was captured, since they put our leader in their dungeon, and you abandon what you're supposed to be saying, and you look for something else to distract Biafran with, my question is, what is your gain? What have you achieved? That is my question. And that is exactly what I want Biafrans to help me with. Please come in this morning and tell me what these people have achieved. If you know exactly what they have achieved, I really want to know. And I want you to call in and tell it to Biafrans that we may know. I will go for a short break. And as soon as I come back, our lines will be open for Biafrans to call in. Please stay with me, don't go, because I will be back shortly. Give me freedom, give me Biafra. Give me freedom, give me Biafra. We are the people who create the nation. We are the people, we love our people. We are the best. We are the champion, one of my defenses. You want to know what we is freedom. We keep moving, nobody bothers. Nature and nature together, moving forward. Biafra is here and I'm we want some freedom. We out for some freedom. We ain't yet to fight anyone. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. I just want to quick give out our lines. I want to quick give out our phone lines that you may know before I open up the line. Our phone lines are +972 533 990485. That is one of our line, and you can also get hold of us on Skype. It is Biafra Rising Radio Biafra, and you can also get hold of us on the other line, which is +972 54301 9647. Call in Biafrans, call-ins, and let Biafra know what these people have achieved since they start. All right, call in Biafrans and let us know what they have achieved since they start this their shenanigans, this their money this, money that, money there, money here. What have they achieved? If you know what they have achieved, call in and tell it to Biafrans this morning as I go to the line, because Biafrans are calling. I will go to them for them to speak to Biafrans. All right, caller on the line, can you hear me? Caller on the line, can you hear me? Good morning and welcome to the program. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, my brother. Thank you for coming. All right. Let me go to the other line and see who is there. Call on the line. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Call on the line. Go ahead, please, if you can hear me, please. All right. I don't know what the problem is with him. Call on the line. Can you hear me? No.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mazi. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you, but there is noise where you are. I don't know. Oh, there is noise. It is. All right. I think it is manageable now, right? Go ahead. Go ahead right now. We can hear you, please.
Okay, am I better now?
Yes.
Let me try to change the place.
Yes, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, good morning from here. My name is Desmond, and I'm calling you from Mazi UCHENNA OBILO.
There, my brother.
Mazi, before I answer your question on what the distractors have achieved, if there is any, I will have to, first of all, let me give out this important announcements to Biafrans to Mazi Italy.
Let's go ahead.
The first one is the support for ESN, IPOB national body in Italy, signed by the IPOB national coordinator in Italy, has brought out this number for our Biafrans and friends of Biafrans in Italy to join us and be supporting ESN. Now, the first number is +39 35100 46055. And I repeat, +39 35100 46055. This is the IPOB national coordinator's number in Italy. The second number is +39 3512 551274. I repeat, +39 3512 551274. This is the IPOB national PRO number in Italy. Any of the number you call will be directed on how to support ESN. As long as you're a Biafran in Italy, our struggle now, as we all know, we have to defend our land, and the best way we can do it is to support ESN in whatever way, whatever means we can. Then the second one is our protest, we must becoming protest, which will be happening in Italy on the 25th of this September 2021. The venue of the place of that protest will be in Trento, Italy, on the 25th of this month. And the venue of the protest in Trento will be Piazza Dante. And the time will be 9 o'clock in the morning, by 2 p.m. So we are calling on Biafrans in Italy, our Dubuque brethren, ambassadors, and all well-wishers for Biafrans and for our leader also to join us to send our message to the world on how our leader was extraordinary rendition and that we want his immediate and unconditional release. And we are also calling on everybody to join us because this protest is very, very important. As we have put a lot of things in place for this protest. So if there are any other details, we'll be coming up with it. Our reverend fathers, reverend sisters in Italy are much more welcomed. Some of them have been with us and we appreciate them, and we expect those of them that has not joined us to please join us. It's very, very important. Now, Mazi, to your question, we see I always, whenever I call on air, I don't like to talk much about our distractors. But for the sake of your question this morning, I will try to say something. When this thing started, immediately our leader was kidnapped in Kenya. The addition to Nigeria, and the Nigeria government announced it. The first place these detractors, the first place they targeted was our financial institution. They tried to attack. I don't know if I'm coming out here, Mazi.
Mazi, you're coming out wonderfully. Please go ahead.
Yes, they tried to attack our financial institution. During those periods, Mazi, I must be frank with you, I received a lot of calls from most of our people, even from some people in Biafra, and they were asking me some questions. And I was telling them that, look, It is your own just simple understanding. Okay, I agree. Our leader is in the enemy's camp. I and you, did we know how we got there? We don't know how we got there. We only heard it. The man was tortured. We don't know. So we should understand that anything that is happening there is the hand of God here. And these people attacking our financial institution, they want to destroy us. I used to tell people this thing there. Because this is their aim right from time. They want to destroy what we are doing. They attack BOS, which are the people that are heading us, that are directing us, because they know what their aim is. But then I said to our people, most of them that called me that time, I said to them, God will expose them, because Biafra's struggle is very, very spiritual. If you are not in the spirit, you cannot see, you cannot understand. You will just see it as nothing. But until you go into the spirit, then you will now understand that Biafra's struggle is spiritual. So our distractors, they have no aim than to destroy what we are doing. But God has defeated them. They will keep fighting you. They will stop you. They will keep fighting. That is the truth. But Biafrans, we must remain resolute and know where we are going. We must not forget the directives and the ways of our leader. Our leader said, follow me. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. Just follow me. Obey the directives. Be disciplined. With discipline, we can defeat any army in the world. Discipline is the key. And mental toughness and mental resilience. That is what we need, Biafrans, to conquer these new enemies that we have now. And by the special grace of God, God being with us, we are going to conquer them. Defeat Nigeria, we will defeat British, we will defeat all their allies, and we will march victoriously, because there is only one God, and that God is the Biafrans. Thank you very much, Mazi UCHENNA, for this opportunity. Our distractors, they got nothing. In fact, do you know some of them don't even pay this monthly due that we pay?
Of course, that is so.
Some don't pay this monthly due. Some don't pay. I know most of them that don't pay this monthly due. Yeah, one is just to come online. If you go, some of them, they come to this zone in the country where they are. They just put their name, and you will see them again. You'll be seeing them online. The next few of them, they'll start up. Nobody knows who is so now. So anybody that comes online, people will just think that they don't pay this small sum of people that we pay to support this job. They don't pay it. But they are quick in asking, hey, where is the money? Where is this? These are the titles. Because they know what the money is being used for. So I want to tell Biafrans to remain resolute and make sure you know where we are listening to. Follow Radio Biafra, listen to BOS, and follow directive. Those people that say they catch ESN number in Imolite, the Nigerian police and their people, that is their own problem. Our sit at home for Mondays has been suspended. It was not, I would say it was reviewed anyway, not really suspended per se. It was reviewed because Maintenance Award made that announcement. He said it would be reviewed also. And it was reviewed, and they said it is maybe any emergency that comes up or the day of the court date of our leader will sit at home again. So it's more or less like saying it was reviewed, not really suspended, as most of us say. But then, whichever way, our people must understand that we must be disciplined and follow directives. This is very, very important. I am not trying to say people should not, but people must understand that there is need for us to follow directives. Our leader can be anywhere, and people don't know our leader. That's why. You think he's in Nigeria because Nigeria is holding him. Whenever God finishes what he's doing, our leader will bounce back and do the needful. We should watch and see. Therefore, do not be dismayed. Watch and see what is going to happen. God is with us. There is only one God, and that God is us. Thank you, Mazi, for the opportunity.
Thank you.
And God bless you from here. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. They have nothing on us. They cannot get anything in us. They can't take anything away from us. All right. Caller on the line. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, my brother. Welcome to the program.
Okay, sir. I'm back.
Go ahead,
Mazi
please.
UCHENNA, I hope you can hear me very well.
Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Mazi UCHENNA Bishopconcept.
Dalu.
Tell us if you go there, the Bishopconcept. I thought could not get around and I can't get it. It's a very channel. Mazi UCHENNA can hold to seek it. What was all over the world when you seek? I have to do scenario. I think I don't know about all in that too. That is how the world is. Can people just all over the world? Can they remove us from the field? It's impossible. Why do you say it's not possible now? The world is owned by the Creator, which is our Father, the God of heaven and earth. And we gave us this land. And the Fulani want to come into our land and kill us and take our land and find the animals and the happy. Imagine. And that is our effort. That is our government. That is our religious leaders. They are all here seeing it. I've been telling us peace and peace people. But then they think about them. Then they took a child of a thing. They got people, you chapter 7. Then they think about them. That's my son of us. If you don't know this or I'm not religion, I can tell you arrogant. You can take it. When I say, Luke chapter 7, from verse 1 to end. John the Baptist was disappointed by Jesus Christ. So what was happening? He did not current sense. He did not do. Paul, he did not do. I don't know. He did not do. Guys, take it. Luke chapter 7. All the just do that. Jesus disappointed by the Bible. The very mission. You tell me what about the leader. What do you think about them? Of course, they don't know. Can you put a new that mean on this planet Earth? We will not accept it. Not America, yeah. Just my talk about the world. So the truth is that. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and the same Second Thessalonians chapter 3 from verse 20. Then they think about we are here. Then they think about them. We are fulfilling their destiny number start. We see Nehemiah chapter 4. Nehemiah chapter 4. Biafra all over the world. Biafra to Biafra land. So now we need to know Biafra. You get the money to build us for us. To build us for us. Then we take it outside and back it in joint us. I mean, you're killing us. Killing us. I'm very second of one we are correcting now. Then they take it. Then we are here. My name is I beg a matter. You cannot be sure. To put it on my head. I'm going to do some guys who got it. You're quiet. I'm going to go down there. I want to know. We need our leader now. We are defending their own about to Yari. And you're letting our leader to go through the process. We will send it to our die. We let the nation of the world. Pretend. The world. Biafra. All the guys that pretend will stop. I want to get the bed. Get the leader. Don't get to the mission. When I can't take them back. You let them pretend. Our women are coming to your country. I'm telling you, if you not come out, you go down to the time, you come out. You will not have a woman.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You see? Thank you very much. Biafra, thank you very, very much. Thank you. All right. My brother on the WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the program, please.
Good morning, UCHENNA.
Udodrege, welcome to the program.
Yeah. God bless you, sir. May God protect our leader.
You see?
Protect all our genuine presenters.
You see? That is exactly what we're supposed to be talking about, not what we're talking about. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, and disgrace them. One hand.
You see?
Yeah, what I want to say is that we heard what our brother Chinas Awolu, what he said yesterday. I was very, very happy that yesterday, what he said that yesterday. And I want to still add my voice a little. Let our people stop repeating words. Let's leave it the way he said it, in that way. When we come, if we don't see anything to say, let's praise those that are doing the work. And do what? And go out from the radio. We should not be repeating words. As he said it that yesterday, let's keep it in our mind. Stop repeating words. Those repeating words will be good. It's not for our health. We should leave it in that way, the way he has said it. That is what I want to say this morning. Please, our people should stop repeating words. It's not good. I don't even want to call. I don't like calling. But as our brothers are repeating words, it's not good. Once you hear it, leave it. Other people are digesting it. It's not good to be mentioning things, calling the name every time, mentioning things, calling the name. Digest it yourself. When you did talk about it, another person will never talk about it. Another person will never talk about it. You will die natural death. Please. God bless you, Mazi UCHENNA.
Mazi, thank you. Before you go, thank you very much.
God bless you, Mazi UCHENNA.
Thank you. Before you go, you said you don't like calling, but I want to say something. Do you know that there are so many people that will find, all right, he is gone, but I know that he may be listening, but for you calling today, say what you say. So many people has taken what you said, and so many people, it is a welcome development. So my brother, do not say you don't like to call. Call whenever you need to call and say whatever you need to say, because this radio is also for you as it is other Biafrans platform as well. So it is your platform. So you can call in whenever you have the opportunity to do so and say whatever you need to say. All right, see, this is where I'm going to draw the curtain this morning, because my time has come and it is gone. And I will leave it here. Biafrans, friends of Biafrans, lovers of freedom, wherever you may be or hearing my voice from, it is a very big thank you. All right. Let me take this one. Caller on the line, can you hear me? Just 2 minutes, if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes,
just 2 minutes, because I don't have time. My time has gone beyond. Please, 2 minutes and let's go. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is I'm calling from Biafra. Yeah. I want to thank you for your good work. All Biafra is life, and Biafra is life.
You see?
One thing our superior normally say, you say you have to be keeping it for those that are in consequential in this struggle. There are people who are like leader fiscal lords.
That is
so sell out. And some that know we have to be keeping it for them, because silence is the best answer to this food. This our struggle has come, we have felt the need to come. There is no going back. Even the price of the unit can't work. It can never work. So I want to think why I call this. I want to think if with our the voters US commander give me the truth, if it can be proved again. And most of us don't have to prove to look into yesterday night. I'm just people. I want to use this opportunity to take every individual proclaim. And US, we have to be really, we have to be communicable, we have to be stable track, unstoppable.
Thank you very much.
I need people that are not relevant to this our struggle.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. All right. I have gone beyond. Thank you very, very much, my brother Mechukwu Kabema. Bless you. I have gone beyond my time, and my brother, I hope that you will forgive me for that. All right, Biafra, this is where I am going to draw the curtain for today. May Almighty Chukwu Kikadama bless you. May Chukwu Kikadama guide and protect you. The truth that you've known, like our leader will say, may that truth guide and protect you, preserve your family, that you may not dash your foot on the stone. In all you do in this week that we are in, Almighty Chukwu Kikabiyama, He will guide you, He will protect you, He will preserve you from the eyes of the evil one. To those that in Biafra land, my prayer for us is that Chukwu Kikabiyama will guide you, protect you from the zoological republic of animal kingdom, that they may not see you. In Chukwu Kikabiyama's name, I have prayed. You see, and I will say, shalom from me, from here, Biafrans, until we see next time. Shalom.
Sharp place. Korea POB worldwide.
Boom. Yeah, yeah. Send me that time, come again. We know. Listen up, now. Me come from the eastern side. Alright. Me come from the motherland. Oh, them are trying to prove to me I don't know where I'm coming from. But Japan's them cause I know my room. I know fit to lose that road for them. I'm unstoppable, my people stoppable. We keep on moving forward. We keep on grinding. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. My name is Kumawe Tarinemi, and I am your host for today. And this is Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast, under the auspices of Radio Biafra London. First and foremost, before we move on for the topic of the day and talk about all we have to talk about, we must first of all acknowledge the presence of Elohim, acknowledge the presence of God Almighty, the presence of Tamara. Let us pray. Oh, Tamara, winginana weya, ogonomo kirimo temedao. We are here once again to talk to your people, to pass this message of freedom, this message that you have put on our lips, this message that you have called us to preach. We are here once again to preach this message to your people all over the world. It is our duty to do it, for you have committed your gospel unto our trust in this generation, and we must do what we should do to ensure that your message go all over the world, and that the sons of the evil one shall be defeated, because your gospel of truth, devoid of impurities, are being preached on your holy platform, Radio Biafra. Our Father in heaven, we pray for all our men in the bushes, all our men in the forest, doing what is necessary to defend the land of Biafra. For the land of Biafra is ours, and no power, no man, no woman whatsoever from anywhere can take over that land from us. Because we call upon your name, we call upon the name of Tamara, we call upon the name of Tamara Ayiba Izibe. Our Father in heaven, we have no power on our own, for we have not come with horses and chariots. We have not come with the powers with the weapons of mass destruction. We do not even have it. We have not come
with anything that men have trust in, but we have come in your name, O Lord. And by your power you shall restore Biafra. For the restoration of Biafra is not in the hands of any man. For the restoration of Biafra is not in the wisdom of any man. For the restoration of Biafra is in your power. The restoration of Biafra is in your care. For the enemies can do all that they can throw all their strategies, they can show their strength among us and outside us. But we remain resolute, we remain focused, we follow your spirit, and your spirit is one. Your spirit do not disappoint, your spirit do not deceive, your spirit do not cause confusion. For anyone that follows your spirit follows the direction of light and life. Elohim, we pray for everyone whose heart is in the restoration of Biafra. Every manipulation of the evil ones, for the scripture declares that there is no enchantment against Israel. There is no enchantment against Biafra. All those that have been enchanting against the sons of light, causing confusion here and there, to ensure that the people are no longer focused, to ensure that the people are divided against themselves, to ensure that the people use their energies to destroy themselves while the enemy is advancing. Every enchantment, I declare that from this day, that every enchantment is destroyed from our roots. All those that call upon the names of people at night to ensure that they are distracted from the struggle. All those that go to evil places to enchant the souls of men, to direct them negatively.
I'm watching you. Who is talking about his own nation anymore? Nobody. If not because of the struggle for resource control, whereby some of the people that fought side by side with Aziporo were able to tell the young men that our people it is a duty that our people must carry the message and must never forget what happened in Odi. The day you forget what happened in Odi, that is the day you have been conquered forever. After Odi massacre, there are many other massacres that have happened in his own land. And everything has been put underground. Not many know about the Azagbene massacre or the various massacres that has occurred in his own land alone. Not to talk about those that occurred in Ukuni. The massacre that occurred in Ukuni after the death of Kensaro Wiwa. Now, I am talking about the coast. There are countless massacres in the hinterland, countless massacres. But if you want to put side by side, the Zoo have massacred more people in the coast than they have massacred in the hinterland. Most of the massacre of the Igbo people, most of it, apart from the war of genocide, are outside Igbo land, mostly in the north. And most of such massacre is because the Igbo tribe is the largest tribe in Biafra land. When they massacre Biafrans outside Biafra land, they call it the Igbo massacre. But not many people know that other Biafrans of the coast and other parts of Biafra land are massacred as well as the Igbo people. So when you talk of the Igbo massacre, most of the times you are still talking one and the same thing as Biafra massacre. Because in the Zoo, Igbo, the word Igbo is tantamount to the word Biafra. They would never use the word Biafra because they fear that name. They would rather use the word Igbo. So, but this is the deception. This is the deception in the Zoo. In the Zoo called Nigeria, they hate the name. There are some names that are hated. There are some names that are managed. The name Biafra is highly hated. If you see anybody that hates the name Biafra in the Zoo called Nigeria, if that person is a Biafran, that person has been conquered. Anybody, irrespective of who that person is, once you mention the name Biafra and that person is against you, is trying to fight you, there's an anger inside of him, that person has been conquered, if he's a Biafran. If he's a non-Biafran, that person has been swallowed up by the spirit of the Zoo. There is a demon that controls the Zoo. A ravenous demon. It controls the Zoo. There's a demon that controls the Zoo. That demon hates the name Biafra because it hates the name that can destroy her. The name Biafra. Because when you say Biafra, the mind of every other person, every right-thinking person, knows that you are talking beyond Igbo land. That you are talking about all the lands of Biafra from the coast to the hinterland. When you mention the name Biafra, you are mentioning the unity of the children of light. That is why they hate that name. And they don't want you to talk about that name because you cannot talk about the name Biafra and have a full knowledge of the name Biafra and not think about the unity of the children of light. And the unity of the children of light is the destruction of the Zulu. That is the reason they hate the name. That is why they hate the name. You think they just hate the name for nothing? So when they kill Biafrans outside Biafra land, they call it Igbo, killing of Igbo people. But in actuality, when they are killing people, they don't ask you whether you are Igbo or you are Izo, or you are Ibibio, or you are Anang, or you are Isoko, or you are Urubu. They don't ask you whether you are Okuni. Once they see you, they know you. You know, in Biafra land, we are one and the same people. We dress alike, we talk alike, we think alike. We are totally cut off from the other peoples. We are different. It is only we amongst ourselves that are able to identify ourselves. We are the only ones that can separate ourselves. The enemies don't know us differently, they know us as one. So when they say Igbo people, if an Izon man commits a crime, they will say it is Igbo people. They will kill all Igbo people with all Izon people that they can lay their hands on, and with all Ogoni people, with all the people. They will not segregate. But when they want to divide you, they will say, no, you're not Igbo. But they want to kill you, they will say you are Igbo. We have enlightened our people a lot on this. It's only the foolish ones that still do not believe what we say or do not accept it. Not that they don't accept it, you know, because you cannot fight the truth. They know it is true, but they try to cover it up. The foolish ones. This is the reality. This is the reality. So when they kill Biafrans outside Biafra land, they call it Igbo. They don't call it Biafrans. Because where the map is, why they hate the name, why that name unites us, why they can never defeat us with that name, is because where the place stated in the map that is called the Bight of Biafra, it is around the coastlines of Biafra. So when you say Biafra and you want to say that the coastlines of Biafra is not Biafra, it can never make sense when all the details are put on table. And there is no how you can convince an Igbo man that is not Biafran. If not, they would have changed the table. They would have said, no, this side is Igbo, southeast is Igbo, and south is Biafra. But they cannot convince an Igbo man against the name Biafra. That's why the thing is difficult. That's why they hate the name. So instead, they want to eliminate the history and all the documents that suggest that the coast is Biafra. Then they will now begin to say that southeast is Biafra. That was where they were trying to go, but we killed it because we're smarter. We killed it. All those, they are rubbish. We killed it from the beginning. We killed it. You can't define Biafra for us and define Biafra to be southeast. Not just Igbo land, because Igbo land is even beyond southeast. Igbo land, as in those speaking Igbo, are beyond southeast. So how can you define Igbo land by, you can't even define Igbo land by southeast. Let's talk about defining Biafra. There is southeast. Southeast comprised of, and in southeast, as the zoo puts it, it comprises of the states, designed states that are peculiarly for Igbo-speaking Biafrans. 5 states peculiar just with Igbo-speaking Biafrans, just as we have Bayelsa for Izo-speaking Biafrans. Then there are other states that Igbo-speaking Biafrans share with other Biafrans. So the Igbo land is not 5 southeast states, But now they want to limit it to 5 southeast states. And they now say that Igbo land is southeast and Biafra is Igbo land. So Biafra is southeast. So Biafra that comprise of Igbo land, Izo land, Ibibio land, can now be limited to one small space called southeast. That is their plan. But and all these strategies are given to them by Britain. That was the reason Britain came up with that useless definition of Biafra land. We were the ones that defined Biafra land in that manner. It was because we called them out on this platform, on Radio Biafra. I called them out, and I told them that it will not fly. That your southeast crap will not fly. That was the reason they put back their, what was it called? What was that thing that they even said that they wanted to give to us? Sorry, to Biafrans from southeast, because they said that is what they define as Biafra. So to them, those of us in the coast, which Nigeria calls South, we are not Biafra. So what I'm saying is that these people, they designed this thing, or they consciously say these things in their media platforms in order to program your mind in a particular way. Do not forget, our topic remains Odi Massacre. But I am taking you through a series of thoughts so that you understand what we're talking about. So when they massacre Biafrans outside Biafra land, they target Igbo, so that the rest of the Biafran people will think that they killed them by mistake. How can you kill a man by mistake? You carry your weapons, you go to him, go to his house. You know his name. Some of them that pointed those Biafrans, they know their name is Edet. And they did not make their research. Is Edet an Igbo man? They went to Edet's house and they killed him. And Edet is the people. And they said that they are killing Igbos. Can't you reason that when they say Igbo, they mean Biafra? They don't just want to call the name Biafra, so that you will not know that they want to kill you as well. Then, when they actually come to your communities, see, whenever, there was one article I wrote on Facebook recently, and I titled it, "When they see Ojukwu in you." Ojukwu is a symbol in the zoo. Ojukwu is a man. Ojukwu was a man because he's late now. Ojukwu was a man, but Ojukwu to the zoo is not just a man. Is a symbol. Is a symbol of freedom for the Biafran people, or agitation. Is a symbol for agitation for freedom of the Biafran people. What they saw with Ojukwu, they thought they have already lost grip. If not for the role played by Nnamdi Azikiwe and the other saboteurs, they would have lost grip of the control of Biafran people. So, whenever they see anybody that is dogged, anybody that is serious, anybody whose head is straight, that cannot be bought, what they see is Ojukwu. They see the spirit of Ojukwu. When they see the spirit of Ojukwu, they don't waste time. These who go all out wherever they find it in Biafra land. However you want to, whether you were working with them or now today you are not coming up to talk like Ojukwu or to behave like Ojukwu, they come for your head. While Isaac Toro, the Izo man, was busy fighting Ojukwu for them, we were busy seeing Ojukwu inside of him. So by the time he had already helped them to deliver his own land to their hand, They killed him. Why? They saw the kind of passion this man was fighting. He was fighting in ignorance, but he was fighting with so much passion. They say, hey, if this one knows the truth, he will use the same passion to fight us. They killed him before he will know the truth. They killed him before he will know the truth. What happened to Kensaro Wiwa? When they killed Iziporo, it was Kensaro Wiwa that they used to tell the lie that it was Biafra forces that killed Iziporo. Go and check the records. Kensaro Wiwa was the one in Pony. He was the one that they used to tell the lie to the world that it was the Biafran soldiers that killed Iziporo. If not because of the struggle for resource control, whereby some of the people that fought side by side with Iziporo were able to tell the young men that are coming up and combating the zoo what Iziporo would have done. The young men that came up to fight to combat the zoo, strength for strength. It was the likes of Owonaro and others that fought side by side with Poro that saw that it was the Nigerian forces that killed Poro that told the people. That is why an average Izoma knows that it was Nigeria that killed Poro. But because many of them have taken bribe, their mouth will be shut. They won't want to talk. They will not want. They will be talking what Nigeria says. And Poro's death is a mystery. It's not a mystery. Nigeria killed him, and said that it was Biafra that killed him. He said it was Biafra that killed him, so that our men that are fighting for Nigeria will not realize that they are being used. They will continue to fight for Nigeria, which is what happened. Media power. They said Biafrans killed him. Meanwhile, Biafran soldiers that were supposed to fight him heard his death, and they were mourning. Many people do not know. You know, I am somebody that, by the special grace of God, Elohim has helped me to meet some people. And I have some people very, very close to me that knows this fact. Raw, they saw it. They are part of it. They are the story that we are telling. So when I come to Radio Biafra, or when I write on Facebook or write on other social media platforms, I do not do guesswork. Elohim prepared me for this day by giving me the actual information of things that happened. The Biafran soldiers, I know somebody, the Biafran soldiers that was supposed to confront Boro and the Nigerian forces that day. Because of the death of Boro, there was no war. Sorry, there was no battle for that day. As Boro was killed by Nigerian forces, both parties were weakened. The Boro men that were with him, they had to just start shooting sporadically and carry the body of Boro. The Biafran soldiers had to retreat back to base. There was no fight for that day. There was no fight. That particular day that Boro died, everybody went back home and mourned. Nigerian forces killed him, not Biafran forces. Biafran forces, though Boro was fighting them and killing them, they knew he was being deceived. In fact, what one of them told me, because he was among that team that was supposed to go and confront Boro. They were fighting with the hope that one day this man will know the truth and he will stand for his people. Because they know that he was being deceived. You know, my intention wasn't to talk about Buru, it was to talk about Uti. But some people will be wondering, why am I really talking about Buru? I didn't intend to talk about Buru to this extent. Maybe just to touch a little about Buru. But Elohim is taking over. Buru's community is just side by side with Oti, where this massacre took place. Buru is from Kayama. That was why the Izon youth came together in 1998 and had Kayama Declaration. It was in honor of Buru. That was why they declared the will of the people to fight for their freedom, or rather to fight for their rights. Because what our people fought for, what the coastal people fought for, was a right. They were not really calling for a separate state. They were calling for a right in this resource that is in Biafra land. Let us have a right to this state. Put up governmental structures that will protect our people, protect our land. But what did they do? For about 20 years, all they did was to fight and kill the people. And now, the people are saying, we want Biafra. And you're saying that you cannot have it. You cannot have Biafra. You cannot eat your cake and have it. We have had time where we asked you, we said, okay, let us, we are not asking for a separate state. What we're asking for is a right within the state that you said is our own. You said we cannot have it. So why can't we have a separate state? You have given us no option. That is why we are standing behind Mazi UCHENNA, and we will do that till the end of time. Because this is the only option. For those of you that think there's another option, no, this is the only option. We can only stand by Mazi UCHENNA. We can only have our freedom. We can only fight for what is ours and have our freedom our own way. That is it. That is the only thing that we can do now. So, OD, as I told you, is a town side by side with what was it called? With Kayama. What did the OD people do? Same thing, asking for the rights. It's just what happened in OD that made them to come and kill all OD people, which is what they are still doing in the hinterland now. Is the same, is similar thing that the unknown government are doing. You know, the unknown government are going after security forces, killing security forces. Unknown government are not ESN. But when these people come, they look for innocent people and kill them and say that they are ESN, and say that the ESN is unknown government. So they link everything together so that they will have justification to kill innocent people in Biafra land. That was the same thing that they did. Some people, whether they are from OD or they are not from OD, we do not know. See, today, after all the people that they killed in OD, they did not indict one person. They did not hold one person and say that this person is the person or is one of the people that killed police people in OD. I know why I am taking you through all this, so that you understand that what is going on now is the same thing that went on then. And we must, this OD massacre must be spread all over the world. We must announce it, we must talk about it. And on that day, we must remember it in a grand style. We must remember the massacre in a grand style. Biafrans worldwide are mostly Izon Biafrans. We must remember Odi massacre in a grand style. Because what happened in Odi massacre is still happening to us till today, till tomorrow. It is happening to us everywhere. After Odi, there are many other communities that they have leveled. We have lost count in mentioning names of his own communities. I'm not talking about outside his own land now. His own communities. When I say his own, it is Ijo. His own is the right pronunciation. Ijo is anglicized. Though in our native tongue, there is actually no difference between J and Z because we don't really have J in our language. So when we try to pronounce it, we mix it up. Okay, so sometimes we pronounce Z to be J, we pronounce J to be Z. So, but the name is Izon. So, on his own territory, all over, there are countless places that they have massacred our people. Countless places. We have lost count. But they began this massacre in Oti. I mean, as Nigeria, because you must know that Nigeria is Britain. Britain is Nigeria. Britain is just, Nigeria is just a company controlled by Britain. Because the first town that was leveled, in fact, the story is even fair compared to the town that was leveled. The first town that was leveled in his own land. As in, that town was one of the most populated towns in his own land. Atapapri, yes, that's the name of the town. That is an Oyakri town. Is in the same clan like myself. Atapapri. There are two Atapapris. There is an Atapapri in another clan, another kingdom, and there's a Atapapri in Oyakri kingdom. Atapapri is a town. It's one of the towns in Oyakri kingdom, where I am from as well. Atapapri was leveled. Till today, that town is a shadow of herself. It is only old people that know about history that knows that that town was a very large town. They killed almost everybody alive, living and non-living things, just to create fear amongst the people, so that nobody will be able to challenge them. Because the people in Atapapri dared to challenge Britain, dared to challenge Niger, the Royal Niger Company. Do not forget, Britain was perpetrating all this evil with the Royal Niger Company. That same Niger that you all want to be a Niger Delta. Atapapri was leveled by the Royal Niger Company. Today, Atapapri is a shadow of herself. What is the main thing that after leveling the people, they went after the spirituality of Atapapri, the Atapapri Ikosu, and destroyed it. One of the sacred places in Oyakri Kingdom. One of the sacred temples. One of the sacred temples in Oyakri Kingdom. They leveled it. Why? Well, that's a story for another day. So, OT is the one that happened in recent times under the name Nigeria or under the company of Nigeria. The other one was under the company of the Royal Niger Company. And the soldiers that were doing this work were British soldiers. Now, we now have local soldiers that they have recruited, which is called the Nigerian Army. That is the army of the company the company called Nigeria. If Nigeria were to be a true country, there is no army that will go after her own. No army, it is not done. Can you have the American army go to level a city in America? Can the American army go after Texas and say that they must level Texas. Is it something that anybody can think of? Can the British Army go after a town in Britain and they level the town and kill innocent people because some people attacked some police officers? Is that something you can think of? Of course not. It is not done. It cannot happen. You commit a genocide because some people, if police officers are killed in Britain, the British police, they will do their investigations and everything, and they will be able to fish the killers out and take them to court, and those people will serve. Or if those people are exchanging fire, they will kill them, the killers, not the citizens. So, you that is an Izon man, you that is from OT, that is from Azatene, that is from Atobapri, or from any other part of Izon land, if you are a Nigerian, will the Nigerian army come to your community to kill you? In my town in Ogoni, people that were in the town told us how they were hearing the shelling, how they were hearing the bombs that were being thrown in Odi by Nigerian army. Nigerian army were throwing bombs in a town they call parts of their territory against the people they call their citizens. Old people died prematurely. We were wasted. Young people as well. The Nigerian army came to Odi and raped our mothers and our sisters. The Nigerian army, not the army of another country. So how can you prove to us that we are Nigerians? How are we Nigerians? How? If the Nigerian army that was meant to protect Odi was the army that was used to destroy Odi, do you know every house in Odi were burnt? They burnt down every houses. I saw these ones myself with my eyes. Every house were burnt down. Every house was burnt down. You know, as at that time, there were no vehicles to Odoni, my town. So when we want to go to Odi, we have to use the water. We want to go to Odoni, we have to go to Odi and get a speedboat that will take us to Odoni. Because my town also have a boundary with Odi. Though in another local government, but we are close. Odi is like at the edge of Kolokuma local government. Odoni is at the edge of Saboma local government. So we have boundaries, we are close. And we even have history of very close relationship, Odi and Odoni. And these things happened. People in my town, many people from Odi, they had to run out of Odi. The young men, the youths, were the ones that were protecting their town. They fought against the Nigerian army. Young men, and many of them lost their lives protecting their town, protecting the innocent people in their town. And today, you will come and say that such people are Nigerians. Or you come and call yourself Niger Delta. Still that evil name. Are you not ashamed? Are you not conquered? We must prove to the world that we are not conquered, that we do not forget. And even when we are free, look at the Israelites. The Israelites are free people today. But the Israelites do not forget about the genocide of Israel perpetrated by Hitler. Till today, they have not forgotten about it. They still talk about it. They tell their children about it. But look at you now. Oh, it just happened which day? 1999, just how many years ago? Many of you have forgotten about it because when you go to Odi, the people of Odi have built back their town. There are no traces that such a thing happened anymore, but you have forgotten the people that died just a few years ago. You have forgotten the blood that was spilled in Odi. And now, Obasanjo is your best friend. The man that ordered the killing of people in your town is now your best friend. You have forgotten everything. Obasanjo can come to Odi. Obasanjo can come to Odi. The way these other people are behaving. The way these IYC, INC, Obasanjo can come to Odi and have a meeting. The same town you wanted to exterminate, Obasanjo can come to Odi. Because all of you are foolish. You do not want the world to know and take what happened in Odi. Some of the things that have happened at other parts of the world that people keep talking about every day, they are nothing compared to the things that have happened to some people. And some of them think that because they kill us, that some of us will not talk. No. People like me, you cannot shut me. You cannot shut us. We will keep on talking. The world must be aware. What these old people have suffered is more than what a lot of people have suffered in this world. We have suffered the most. Today, we are talking about Ogoni cleanup, Ogoni cleanup, Ogoni cleanup. Nobody is talking about his own cleanup. His own land, Ogoni land is just in one state and a particular portion of the state. His own land is spread across 6 states. And in all of these states, there is no state where his own land is. In all of these states, all parts of his own land, crude oil spillage is going on. And nobody is talking about the cleanup. Nobody is talking about it. Ogoni cleanup is being talked about because of the work that Ken Saro-Wiwa did. But some of you, is all people, all you are interested in is to look for an Igbo man to hit. Are you not cursed? Instead of you to talk about what is going on in your house. No, you don't want to talk about it. You want his nation because we are fighting for Biafra. And when nobody talks about it again, his own nation is dead. His own nation agitation is over. I told you people from the very beginning that I'm watching you. Who is talking about his own nation anymore? Nobody. His own nation. It is his own nation. Because when you came up with your evil Nigerian schemes, you didn't succeed. We killed it. Now you're coming and saying his own nation. His own nation. The next minute you are in Aso Rock, sitting down with the max wearer. His own nation. We know those that are serious. We know those that are serious. All over Biafra land, the only people serious are the people talking about Biafra. The people in IPOB. Those are the only people that are serious. Even though they are trying to penetrate IPOB now, trying to do lots of distraction and all of that. The only place where people are serious for true freedom is IPOB. Everybody that wants to restore Biafra are the only people that are serious. If you are there and you are thinking of any form of freedom and you are against Biafra, you are doomed. You cannot have it. But the only thing is, if I wasn't involved, if I was not involved, I would have told you that don't worry, you are going to see the destruction. Only you will see it. Because some of the things that we were telling you from time immemorial, you have seen it, you have seen them happen. That is the reason now some of you now accept that the zoo is not for you. Initially, you were challenging us, and Nigeria is okay, Nigeria is better, and you want to cause trouble. Now you have that Nigeria is not better, that Nigeria is not okay for you. Have you not seen it? Of course you have. You have seen it. But some of you don't just want to accept the truth. You don't just want to accept the reality. And you want to begin to come up and talk rubbish. OD, the people of OD were massacred. The weapons that were used to destroy OD, the kind of bombs, the kind of weapons that were used to destroy OD, are the kind of weapons that are used for international warfare, not for local. Get it straight. The weapons that were used to destroy OD, by right, the zone nation is supposed to take Nigeria to world courts for those weapons that were used. They are supposed to take Nigeria to court, and it is not that little money that Goodluck Jonathan gave to the people to share. Today they have forgotten about the massacre. That one is just how do I put it? It is not compensation. Goodluck Jonathan did that thing because he's an Izon man. It's not because the Izon nation did anything to make the Nigerian government to do something. Goodluck Jonathan gave you people money in OD. I want every OD man that is listening to me to hold his ear and rise up. The reason you got that money was because Goodluck Jonathan is an Izon man. You didn't make him do that. He did that because he's an Izon man. And he only did that, he only gave you that thing so that you can recover from your losses. Even though what was given to you is not enough for you to recover from your losses. That doesn't mean that you do not have the right to still take Nigeria to court, to world court. For using weapons that are meant for international warfare, for a town within what you call your country, is a war crime. That is a high level of genocide. The question is, why did they use it? You know, these Nigerian soldiers can be very weak. The youths, because they came to destroy OD. OD youths saw that these people are coming to destroy our town, and they stood to defend their town. While some of them were standing and defending their town, the others were using all the boats that were, the speedboat, canoe. They even went as far as using bathtub to take people out of OD, so that people, the reason you still have people in OD today, people are alive in OD, is because of what those young men did. And those young men stood and faced Nigerian soldiers. And Nigerian soldiers could not defeat them on one-on-one direct combat. Even with their number, they couldn't defeat them easily. They had to retreat and start using bombs and bombing OD from distance. They started using bombs and they kept on burning the town. Oh, and an Izon man will be there when we're talking about freedom. An Izon man will be there. Will be one side defending Nigeria. Hey, God forbid. You're a curse. You are a curse. If you're an Izon man and you're defending anything in Nigeria, you're a curse. May your children and your children never know freedom. Ah. Hey. You're a curse. If you're an Izon man and you defend Nigeria on any platform you stand to defend Nigeria against the freedom of your people, you're a curse. And that curse will eliminate you and your generation. When some of us talk, all you want to do is to report report on social media, report. You're a curse. You're a curse. And that curse will be eliminated from our land. You know, we're not fighting this battle by our physical strength. If you look for us in strength, you will fail. You will not find us. We're not fighting this battle by our strength. The spirit of freedom is fighting for us. Because the time has come for our people to be free. The time has come for our people to be free. On the 20th of November 1999, that was when OT, that was when Obasanjo gave the order and the Nigerian forces attacked OT. The Nigerian forces attacked OT on the 20th of November. You needed to see, I wish I took pictures. I wish I took pictures. And I wish I still had those pictures. Maybe I would have spread those pictures on social media so that people will know how destroyed it was. Today, we are talking about the massacres. Okay, the massacre in Iguacha. Okay, by the Nigerian army and all of that. At Tobigo, we talk about different massacres. You know, in all of these ones that we see, most of these massacres were human lives. They touched properties, but not much. Inodi. You know, like if you go to Tobigo now, because you know when human beings are killed, you may not see the traces, they will bury them. So if you go to people, you may not see what they did, except you were there when the massacre was going on. Then you will know the gravity of it. But you know, 2 years after the massacre, you go to you will still see the traces of the massacre. Because there were still houses that were not rebuilt. I went to a few months after the massacre. Actually, I was going to my village because then we'll have to pass through it to get to my village. That was the next year, the year 2000. I went to my community. I saw it for myself. I'm not telling you something I did not see. The only building that was spared in OT was First Bank. As large as that town, it was only First Bank and maybe one other government, okay, I think one government school. Those were the things that were spared. Those were the only buildings. Every other building was burnt to the ground. Every building was burnt to the ground. Today you are seeing unknown gunmen attacking police stations and burning them down. You know, every building, Nigerian government gave order, Nigerian president, Obasanjo gave order, Nigerian army went to OT. They burnt down every building, killed everybody that they could see, raped every woman they could see. They did not spare the old, neither did they spare the young. The people that survived are those that escaped. OT was a ghost town. After the army finished what they did, OT was a ghost town. Nobody that remained in OT survived. The ones that survived are the ones that escaped from OT. Even the men that were fighting them, there were some that because of their parents and their loved ones in the town, they had to stand and continue fighting the Nigerian army, even though, you know, in every battle, when you know that the opposing forces have overpowered you, you escape. They could have escaped. Some of them died so that people that are escaping will be able to escape. Because once you begin to run, the advancement will be faster. Because they can throw all their bombs, but groundwork is what takes over the place. So the people were coming on ground and they were combating them on ground, delaying them so that people can escape. That is the reason people survived in OT. That is the reason people survived in OT. If not, some of you would have lost all your relatives, some of you that are from OT or that have relatives. That is the reason people survived in OT. If not, some of you would have lost all your relatives, some of you that are from OT or that have relatives.
What did he say? If you say that you have you and your group, your gang done, tell me what you and your group have done to make sure our leader is out. You and your group, the same DOS that you're castigating, they are the same DOS doing the work. They are the same DOS doing the needful. Our leader have done everything that he need to do. Our leader has opened subconsciously people. Our leader has opened our eyes for us to see through the lies that they are lying to us. For the fact that our leader has done all the job. Now you are out. You have capitalized on that because our leader is in the hands of our enemy. You capitalize on what our leader has done. And you stand there, you audition order. Well, I'm not against you audition order. But what I say to you is very, very important that you understand me. And one thing you also must understand is what I'm saying this morning is not about me. This is what I want to say to you. And it is very, very important that you take it in. It is going to help you. That thing that's sweet, and you keep on eating it all the time. It sweets you and you eat. Every time you keep on eating. One day, on ebu. On ebu. When it will catch you, when you never thought it's going to come, that is exactly when it's going to come at you. That thing that's sweet. That is exactly what I want to say to you. It is a big piece of advice. If you like, take it. The time shall come. The same way they are gingering you up, the same way they are pushing you up, the same way they are doing, they will be the one to sink you when the time comes. Biafrans, friends of Biafrans, lovers of freedom, wherever we may be, wherever we are, wherever you are listening from, our leader is the one who opened our eyes. Our leader is one who make us know what we know today. Our leader is the one who taught us through this radio called Radio Biafra. He is the one that wake us all up from slumber. When we don't even know what is happening. He is the one that came out every day he come out, he